Hello, I'm Jo, and welcome to my February wrap-up. Wow, February has just flown by. I don't know, it seemed to last all of 2 seconds for me, but anyway, I hope you all had a lovely Valentine's Day, and above all else, that you loved yourself, because that's the most important thing. Anyway, moving on, let's have a look at the books that I read in February. Now, I got The Family at Number 12. This is my book for the Clock Reading Challenge for this month, and quite possibly my favourite book of the year so far. Okay, I have done a full review about this one, but seriously, so good. It was a lot, because it was a lot, and it's not necessarily easy reading for a large part because of the topics discussed and things, but it was so good. So good. So I highly recommend checking that out. So anyway, that gets me my 12 for the Clock Reading Challenge. So nicely on track still with that one. It's also from my Galley TBR, so it gets me a book off that as well, which is good. Then next up, we had Everly Dalton's Dating Disasters. This is a prequel to a series. I believe the full-length book in the series, the first one is Faking Mr. Right. This is by Claire Kingsley. This one was only a 3-star for me. I mean, it was a very quick read. And it was quite a fun read as well, because you've got all these disaster dates where she's, using dating apps and just the worst dates ever, basically. So it was kind of fun. She chats it out with her friends and stuff like that. I would potentially read the other books in this series just to see if the full length ones pulled me in a little bit more, but it was an okay read, that one. Then I read The Hopeless Romantic's Guide to Avoiding Love by Julie Harris, which is this one right here. This was a good read. This one I gave a 4-star to. Basically, we've got a protagonist who has had some disaster dating of her own. Not a brilliant track record, and so she makes a pact with herself to not fall in love. Okay, and as you can imagine, what could possibly happen when you make a pact of that kind? She's gonna go and fall in love, isn't she? So, she meets this dude, and it's all very up and down and very mixed up. I have a lot more to say about that, which I will save for the review, but overall it was a really good read. Then I squeezed in one more right at the end of the month, and that is this one, Just Folking Around. Okay, now this one also is a prequel to the series. This is by Penny Reid. Now, this one, I picked it up on Amazon when it was up there for free, because I'd read some reviews for the books in this series from a blogging buddy of mine, DJ, who had done some reviews for the books in the series. She'd done all the series on her blog. I'll see if I can find the link so I can link that up for you. Go check her out, because she's lovely as well, and we love shouting out to our fellow book bloggers. But anyway, so this is a very short prequel to the rest of the series. Okay, overall not bad. I mean, I gave it a 3-star. I just didn't find the characters really likable enough. The chemistry with them, it didn't convince me completely. That said, at the back of the book, there is a little sample of the first book in the series, like the full-length ones. And that actually pulled me in more. So I would be interested in seeing the rest of the series and how that spans out. I do, again, because I'd read all these really positive reviews from my book blogging buddy, I actually grabbed some of the other books in this series when they were free on Amazon, because I was like, oh yeah, I'll probably check them out at some point, because, you know, she said they were really good. So I do actually have another couple, and although I wasn't particularly overwhelmed by this installment, I am curious to check out the other books in the series. So there we go. That's my 4 books for February. Again, not bad with my challenges. I'm on there. I definitely need to up my game for my NetGalley TBR, and try and get some more in there, because I really do want to get it down to 0, and I need to up my game because I need to be reading several books a month from a NetGalley TBR to do that, I think. But there's also lots of books which aren't part of any challenges or anything like that that I'm doing, that I also want to read. So I also, this year I seem to be very much a mood reader. And so I just sort of like, you know, if I'm in the mood for something lighter, quicker, or whatever, then, you know, I'll just go for that. And I don't know where it's going to go. I mean, I'm not setting myself like specific TBRs this year. I do just want to see what takes me, because sometimes I just end up starting a book because, and then, you know, it turns out to be really good, or it's just kind of okay. So I don't know. We shall see what happens with this year. Anyway, I did, because as you can see, 3 of the books that I chose for February were kind of romance related. Okay, there was a theme there, and that's because of February being Valentine's Day and everything. I thought, well, I did want to read some more romance, and have a look at it, because the recent thrillers that I've read have been quite heavy, really amazingly good, but also quite heavy. So I wanted to take advantage of the shorter month and, you know, the romance theme and things, just to sort of step away from all the gory thriller suspense and all that kind of stuff, which I love, because I absolutely love, but I also like romance as well, so it was nice to switch things up a little bit. Although I am definitely ready to jump back into a good psychological thriller. So I do have quite a few on my TBR, which are also part of both the Clock Reading Challenge and the NetGalley Reading Challenge. So I have a feeling that March is going to bring at least one of those, which I'm kind of excited about. So anyway, that is my February wrap-up. Thank you for joining me. Have you read any of the books that I mentioned in this video? If you have, then please let me know what you thought about them down below. Feel free to send me links to your own reviews for them, because I would be curious to see if we have the same kind of idea about them, or, you know, maybe one of the ones that I thought was just okay, you really loved. Maybe you've read the other books in those series and, you know, can convince me that they actually are worth the while. Okay, or maybe one of the ones that I really loved, for you, just didn't hit it. So whatever, leave the comment down below and let me know how you got on with them. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.